Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Steph Dorworth here today with the Finders to help teach you guys a mobility routine. It's a great idea to do this midday during a break. You could also do this really any time of day, maybe first thing in the morning to get moving, but essentially mobility exercise is much more effective than just stretching. So these exercises will help open you up, get your joints and muscles moving so that you experience less issues like postural imbalances, muscle tension, tightness, fatigue, spasms, tension headaches, all of those things that many of us experience after a long day of work, sitting still at the computer. These exercises may help you. Today, all you need is a small towel, and then you're ready to get started. So for this first exercise, we'll be working on the neck or the cervical spine. You're going to need that towel, and you can do this one sitting in your chair or standing like I am. You're going to place the towel behind your neck. You'll want to have that towel lengthwise as long as it can go, like this. And then in front of you, you're going to take the arms like this and cross them. So one arm on top, one on bottom, holding the ends of the towel. Then we're going to be turning the head toward the side of the top arm. So my right hand is on top, whatever one's on top for you, turn your head as far as you can toward that side. And when you can't go any farther, use this towel to just provide a little bit of overpressure for a little pulse to go even deeper into that rotation. So we're working on turning the head here as far as you can, getting cervical rotation, really working on that rotational movement up the upper cervical spine, C1, C2 region, like that. And you can do about 5 reps or so in each direction. So when you're ready to switch, flip the arm so the other arm's on top. And once again, do about 5 turns. Turn as far as you can actively on your own, and then passively with the towel, just give a little bit of an overstretch here. These are called snags, but essentially it's improving that rotation here, helping you go just a little bit further. And if you sit at a chair and work on your computer all day, you're probably not turning the head much. So this is great to maintain that movement. For the second exercise, you're going to take it down to the ground. So you could do this at home, or if you're at the office, maybe you want to have a yoga mat down. And then you're going to come into a quadruped position. So on the hands and the knees, holding the towel in your hands here with the palms facing down. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take one hand, lift it up, flip it so that the back of your hand is on the ground, and then slide that hand only, threading it through the other arm. Hinging your torso forward, dropping the head to the ground, and reaching this arm as far as you can. Then you're going to come back to the start position. Boom, boom, palm down, and repeat to the other side. Flip this palm, slide and thread it through, turn and look toward that hand that's moving. Go as far as you can, and then come back up. Plant that hand again. So you can do this one for about 5 reps to each side. Go ahead and join me here. And this exercise is really working on rotation into that thoracic spine. So the thoracic spine is the mid-upper back region, kind of between the shoulder blades. And this area tends to get very, very tight on many of us who sit still all day. So it's nice to get things moving. We are rotating through that thoracic spine. We'll do 2 more to each side. And we're also getting a good stretch through the shoulders as we adduct the arm, bringing the arm in toward the chest. Nice work. One more time to each side here. So this is a good upper body way to just get things moving a little bit better. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and place the towel on the ground here. You're going to lie on your stomach, and now we're going to do a mobility exercise for the lumbar spine. That's the lower back, L1 through L5 down through here. And for this one, you will need a little bit of space, so make sure you have some space on the floor or yoga mat in front of you. In this position, we're going to do what's called the scorpion. You're going to rest your forehead down onto the towel, have the arms out in a T, and you're going to bend one leg up. So go ahead and join me. Bend the left leg up. Turn your head to the left, and then cross the left leg up and over the right leg. Keeping the leg bent, as you can see, about 90 degrees, and try and touch the ground with your foot here if you can. If not, that's totally fine. Just go as far as you can. You're going to feel some opening through the front of the hip, but mostly you're going to feel a lot of rotation and twisting in that lumbar spine. And then slowly with control, bring it back down, straighten that leg, bring the forehead to the ground. And now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to turn my head to the right as I bend my right leg. I'm going to twist the right leg up and over as far as I can. Bring it back down. Come back to the center and repeat. Turn to the left, lift the left leg. Twist and rotate. Oh, this one feels amazing. So good to open up the lower back. And it's also really opening up the hips as well. So about 5 to each side is good for this one. So here's 3. And with mobility exercise, you're welcome to take this slowly or a little bit quicker. Whatever allows you to work through a full range of motion with control. So if you go too fast, you may not be using good control. So take it whatever pace feels good for you. Last one here. Great work. For our 4th exercise, we're going to do a hip flexor opener stretch. Super important because if you're sitting all day, those hip flexors are shortened all day, which can cause a lot of issues through the hips down even to the knees. So a great hip flexor stretch will look like this. Hold that towel in your hand for now, but you're going to start in this kind of half kneeling position here. One leg in front, all right? You're dropping the hips down low, pushing the hips forward. If you know what a posterior pelvic tilt is, this is anterior. Go into posterior, drawing the belly button to the spine, pushing the hips forward as you sink them down low, okay? And we're in a straight line from this foot back to this foot, keeping the hips low. Now, you're gonna feel this good hip flexor stretch right through here, the front of that back leg's hip. Now with the towel, hold the towel in the hands up overhead and go into a slight backward bend, and then side bend toward the leg in front. So if the right leg's in front, side bend slightly to the right, and then hold it here for a moment, and then come out of it. Just come out of it like a few inches. I like to just kind of push off this front foot, because we're not doing a static stretch, we're moving through it, we're mobilizing, using active control. So it's a get down low, bend back and side bend, and come out of it for a moment. Down low, and come out of it. So about 5 here, trying to go a little bit farther with each repetition here, really focusing on getting this hip down low for a good stretch there. Okay, and then you can turn around. We've got to do the other side as well. So get set up here first, okay? Feet are in line, we're getting down low, going into that pelvic tilt, pushing the hips down and forward. And then when you're ready, bring those arms up overhead. Since the left leg is front, you're gonna backward bend and then bend slightly to the left and come out of it for a moment. Sink down low and stretch and come out of it. Using control from those legs to control this movement here and get a good stretch in the front of that back hip. Right through here. All right, so after about 5 or so reps there, we're gonna go ahead and come back to the ground, and we're gonna finish with an exercise to open up the hips. I used to see this all the time in my PT clinics. People would come in with glute issues, with piriformis tightness, with sciatica issues because they were sitting all day at the office or on a plane or in a car. So it's really important to keep those hips open, especially through that piriformis. So we're gonna do a pigeon pose. This is a yoga-based pose, but we're gonna add some mobility to it. So essentially, this is the pigeon pose here. It's gonna look like this. One leg's gonna be in front, one leg behind you, okay? And then the goal is to eventually kind of be able to bend forward with this. Now, if this is a struggle, here's what you can do. You can grab a pillow or a cushion of some sort, and you can prop up that front leg on it. So now it should be a little bit easier for you. If that's even too hard, you could also put this up on a chair. The higher the surface, the easier this will be. But essentially, we're gonna start in this pigeon pose here. And right now, since the right leg is in front, I'm taking my right hip into external rotation, and we're getting a good stretch in the right glutes and piriformis region. Now to add some mobility to it, here's what we can do. Hold the towel here. Reach the arms in front, and then fold forward slightly and come back up. Arms overhead. Fold forward as you reach and come back up. Fold and up. And you're just slightly hinging the torso actively. I'm not putting the hands down because then this would be passive. My arm's helping. I want this to be active movement right here at the torso hip region. Okay, so reach and up, reach and up. And we'll switch into the other side here. Once again, bringing that cushion along if you need it. If not, you can just assume the pigeon here. And then when you are ready, reach and sit up tall, reaching the arms overhead. Also getting a good shoulder stretch in with this one. Hinge and reach, hinge and reach. 2 more here. So about 5 or so on each side. All right, great. So you should feel that one all through those hips there. I hope you enjoyed that quick mobility routine. If you ever want to make it longer, you could do double the reps in there. And if your company or any company that you work for has a need for a corporate wellness consultant, please reach out, as that's a service that I provide and I would be happy to chat more.